What's up, YouTube? It's Geoffrey again. Today we're doing another creepypasta for Friday the 13th, and today we're doing real action toys. Now I'm going to read this word for word, so let's get to it. Real Action Toys was a small, little-known toy company located in Fukushima, Japan. It was only in business for only 2 months before getting shut down by the police. This is a catalog of the 10 toys that were released. They were known for their high-tech quality and attention to details. They made a single Pokemon figure and lots of Mario figures. The toys were only sold in their native country and caused injury and death. The company was closed in May 2006. Mario. The Mario action figure was a rather terrible idea. The entire body was made of a bouncy rubber, except for the head. The head was made of steel. This caused younger children to either throw it or bounce it, causing it to fall on their heads. The head was hollow, however, it only caused slight blood loss and bruises. Luigi. The Luigi figure was sort of identical to the Mario figure, save for a few features. Luigi had realistic hair and the fists were metal. The head was also made of the rubber, though the inside was made of steel. This steel was not hollow, however, and it was difficult to detect under force. Children would throw it at each other, bounce it, and throw it. The results were moderately worse than the Mario figure, but none caused death whatsoever or serious injury. Fire Flower Mario. Fire Flower Mario was made of a plastic mold. The body was hollow, and if you pressed the safety switch, small balls would fly out of his hands, 3 at a time. The balls were painted red and glowed in the dark. They seemed harmless enough until the balls opened. Inside was battery fluid. Children would go blind due to it, be burned, and sometimes poisoned. Few people died from it. Pikachu. Pikachu was possibly the safest of the toys. It was the only Pokemon toy, also. Pikachu was a candy dispenser. It worked similar to Pez, however, except it was larger and you could not buy refills. It was also a joke toy. When the safety switch was put on, it would give out small jolts of electricity and vibrate and shock you when pressing the button to get candy. Only infants could have been hurt by it, and one child accidentally brought it into the bath with them. That child had shock marks on their body but was not fatally injured. Bowser. Bowser was rather dangerous. It was a plastic mold. The teeth and spikes were made of nails. When the safety switch was set on, it would work like a lighter and a fan. The mouth would light up with fire until the fluid ran out. You could replace it with any kind of lighter fluid, but it was guaranteed to stay lit for more than a year. Parents were cautioned on the box about this toy, and very few were bought. Those who did either wouldn't touch the switch or would get burned. Some things caught fire, but only 3 houses were burned. Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. would be considered on par with his dad, possibly higher. Junior's spikes were plastic. The box did not caution parents to the fire that the safety switch causes, but did say fire spitting action. Parents believed it would be plastic fireballs or even plush ones. This was not the case. When the switch was on, nothing happened. However, 8 seconds later, the layer fluid would act and a small fireball was spit out. Children would inspect it and get injured and burned. More than 30 houses burned down. The random nature of this would happen, as after 8 seconds it would randomly shoot fire. Princess Peach. Princess Peach was of lower danger than all the others. She was a plushie that was to appeal to girls and had doll hair, 2 outfits which were virtually the same, and an umbrella which spun like a top. The umbrella spun like a Beyblade did by hooking it up to a small machine and pulling a string. This drawback was that the outfits that Peach had were extremely flammable. Few people were hurt by this, but when combined with Bowser or Bowser Jr., Peach is very deadly. Petey Piranha. Petey Piranha was moderately deadly. It was flammable and had teeth made of rusted nails. Its leaves were thought to be made of poison ivy, but this was unknown. Petey Piranha caused slight irritation to skin, itchiness, and would explode if heated too high. One house was set to fire and plenty of kids were irritated. Yoshi. Yoshi was also moderately deadly. Yoshi's tongue stretched at an amazing 8 feet. The end was sticky and was retractable. Sort of like a frog, if you will. Occasionally, the tongue caught something, and it was so heavy that the tongue would be swung back and hit the child. It caused one death and various injuries to those that stuck the hands in his mouth. Alright, Koopa Troopa. In Japanese naming, Noko Noko, also known as Death Machine. Koopa Troopa was the most deadly. He was made with metal and plastic. By pushing his head, arms, and legs in, he would spin around until the safety switch was turned off. The shell was removable, but sometimes clamped children's hands. Another shell was released. It was the invincible rainbow shell. When placed on and the safety switch was pressed, it would spin extremely fast, causing seizures, and had rusted nails that shot out of the sides. The bomb was made of rubber and bounced every few seconds and shoot fireballs every 8 seconds. The toy caused various seizures, suffocation. Quote unquote, the shell was sometimes put over the mouth of infants left alone with the toy. Quote, fires and bleeding. The aftermath. The company was disbanded when the toy designer and maker, Tashiri Tarajiro, I can't even pronounce that, was sent to prison. The faculty was given a warning. After 6 years in prison and only 1 year left to go, Tashiri escaped. He had not been heard from, but recently the main facility went missing. Last Christmas, a few of the original toys were found in fireplaces on Christmas morning. No fingerprints had been found, and the toys were recalled and thrown away. Officers said to burn the toys or bury them, as there were problems involving select toys when in the garbage truck. A story was published on Yahoo News, but although it was deleted from the archives in 2010. The other toys. The website, now defunct, had shown 5 extra toys for Wave 2. Donkey Kong's feature was unknown. Invincible Mario and Luigi flashed rapidly and would cause seizures. King Boo was a mega bouncy ball made from rubber and springs. The crown was bronze and iron. Kirby was also shown to function like a vacuum cleaner, and a bullet bill was also in the picture, but no function was given, nor was it known it would be a toy. Another list was given with Ganon, Link, Zelda, and Epona. Finally, 3 forms of Kirby were given along with King Dedede, Escargot, and Meta Knight. Another list featured Sonic characters. Kirby was pre-ordered at Toys R Us when the company shut down. The Kirby toys were sent to the houses who did so. Well, that was an interesting creepypasta. Now, I'm kind of surprised this didn't have any really much gore cliche, although it did have the blood cliche and the death and blood cliches were there, but, I mean, how can the hell can you get killed by a toy? I mean, so far the only 2 toys I can recognize that would probably kill you would either be, Tails doll or Chucky or hell even Plush Trap. I mean, if you consider the toy animatronics from Five Nights at Freddy's, because it just says toy, they could kill you. I mean, but seeing a toy based off of Mario or Luigi or even Yoshi, for example, do that's just confusing. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this creepypasta, and what creepypasta would you want me to read next? This is Geoffrey Samberski, and I am out.